Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion, located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street, in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. It's everything you never needed to know. This is Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Who is the person that auditioned for Saturday Night Live multiple seasons and was rejected?
You? No.
No.
When
They would have picked me.
When would you stop at yellow? Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy. And this week, we scour the internet to find out these useless tidbits just for you.
Plus, we'll open up our mailbag and we'll have more birthday message testimonials. And in the news, a naked man, was caught with his pants down. He gets rewarded.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
I promised that I would pull my pants back up, but
Yeah. And then the sun had an eclipse.
Today's history. What happens tomorrow is history. Yeah.
Or it's more like a lunar eclipse. Thanks for joining us here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, over 90 countries and across the iHeartRadio Talk Network in Canada, United States, anywhere that you can find us. You're listening, and we really appreciate that very much.
yes, we are all over. We are on fire, Nick.
We are.
Thank you to everybody out
That's
there.
right. I'm going to talk about beards, not what you're thinking, but beards, like the actual beards on your face, right?
Like the girl that you date?
No, not her. No, she shaved.
For multiple reasons.
That's right.
She shaved, plus she's the beard. Okay.
Russia, 1698. Tsar Peter. Yeah, that's what he
Pita,
had
like
for
the
lunch.
bread. I love
Yeah.
pita bread.
I love Peter.
With hummus and a little mutton.
Russia in 1698, Tsar Peter I of Russia instituted a beard tax as part of an effort to bring Russian society in line with Western European models. To enforce the ban on beards, the Tsar empowered police to forcibly and publicly shave those who refused to pay the tax.
Mm-hmm. That's how things get hairy in Russia, I tell you.
Right.
It is believed,
Mhm.
Nick, that get ready for this one, because
All right.
humans have been around for hundreds of thousands of years, right?
Millions even, but yes.
Well, we're not sure, but you have. But it's believed that over 90% of history is lost
Oh, really?
because it only started to be written down 6,000 years ago. So hundreds of thousands of years of history are lost. We
How
can
do we-
only assume.
Right. I was going to ask, well, how do we know?
We know because we have 6,000 years of history
Right.
and hundreds of thousands of years of skeletal remains.
Right.
Now
Okay.
we're not counting cave pictures,
No.
but
No.
we're counting actual written history. 6,000 years, pretty much starting with the Chinese.
Okay. We use measurements of feet all the time, right? You know how many feet something is, right? In medieval Europe, the foot was a unit of measurement, often originated from the length of a king's foot,
Oh my
and
God.
thus could indeed change when a new. So how about this? So that the size of the foot, what was known as the foot, right, based on the length of that particular king's foot, but when they
Yeah.
changed, there's a new monarchy in town.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of changed, right? So the lack of standardization led to inconsistencies in measurements across
Of
all
course.
regions.
Could you imagine
and time
owning a
periods.
home? Can you imagine owning a home, Nick, and suddenly you got 100 square feet more?
Right, yeah, exactly. Now, I don't know which of the kings throughout history had square feet per se, but
Right, exactly.
that's
yeah.
where the measurement came from.
Yeah, that's the Barney Rubble feet.
Right. It is. You rock.
Get ready. Not too long ago, late 1940s, well, before the 1940s, but 1940s through 1980s, the Soviet Union tried to snuff out the name of the Mongol leader Genghis Khan.
Really?
In fact, they were so serious about it, they had it taken out of all history books. And if you even mentioned the name in conversation, you would be jailed.
No, really?
Yes. So the kids in school were told, do not speak of Genghis Khan, the Mongol leader, I guess because of his invasion of Russia. And, they wanted to rewrite history. That didn't work out too well for them, did it?
No, it didn't, not at all.
Mr. Gobbletrop, take down this wall.
I wonder if they had beards. A pope never forgets is what I call this one. Pope Leo X had a pet elephant named Hanno. Now, Hanno was a gift from King Manuel I of Portugal to the Pope upon his coronation. Now, the elephant became really
Who gives
popular.
somebody an elephant?
Well, the King Manuel.
Well, I
of
did
Portugal.
set you up in high school with that date, so
Right, yeah, exactly.
Somebody like me might,
Yeah, the elephant became a popular and beloved figure in Rome during Pope Leo X's papacy. So think about this, though. Elephants were rare in Europe, and so Hanno's presence was a symbol of the Pope's power and prestige. Well, sadly, Hanno died in 1516, possibly from complications related to treatment for constipation, apparently. Okay. He just didn't give a... Hanno was a favorite of Pope Leo X, where he even commissioned a fresco and epitaph for Hanno the elephant after his death.
Oh, wow. So the elephant died of constipation.
That's correct.
Yeah. Well, the Pope was probably backed up too. You don't know,
If Pope Leo X had any problems in that
Oh, you're
area,
back to the Pope. I thought
yeah.
you were talking
But then,
about
but then the headline would be in the, what was it? What year was it? That was 1516, and the
1516, Nick. Don't
the
forget
headlines
that.
in the Times would be something like "The Pope Can't Poop." So that would be the headline.
Before Julius Caesar invaded the British Isles, think
Right.
about this now.
Okay.
Most Romans believed that the British Isles didn't even exist. They thought that they were a fable. They thought that it was just a story that there were some islands out there. And some even romanticized and made up stories that it was this mystical, magical place filled with gold.
Oh.
Little did they know that that wasn't England. That was Ireland, because that's where the leprechaun was hanging out with his Lucky Charms.
With sweet surprises.
They're magically delicious.
Delicious.
This brought to you by Pillsbury.
Pillsbury. No, is it Pillsbury? No, it's not Pillsbury.
I don't know.
I think it's General Foods or something.
General Foods, yes. Oh, attention, General Foods.
General Foods.
Okay.
We've heard the expression "say it with flowers." I think some of the floral companies, I think that's their marketing slogan: "Say it with flowers." In the Victorian era, the British from that time, 1837 to 1901 specifically, they used flower arrangements called florography, a language of flowers, to communicate romantic and other sentiments discreetly. Some social conventions often discouraged overt displays of emotion. So florography allowed the individuals to express feelings like love, desire, disdain through the choice and arrangement of flowers. So depending on the type of arrangement
So
of flowers.
say it through flowers.
That's right. At that time, 1837 to 1901.
So you would, but how would they know? I guess by the arrangement, right?
That's right. They would know who it's from. Maybe they would send a particular favorite flower of theirs, and they would know, oh, that's from so-and-so.
So when you receive that box of old stems,
Yes, exactly.
You know where it came from.
It was a thorny affair.
Have a good time setting them up. So before we talked about written history, and remember we excluded cave paintings.
Right, yes.
So the first known artwork dates back to 100,000 years ago during the upper Paleolithic era.
As opposed to the lower ones?
Yes, this is the upper Paleolithic as opposed to the lower. It's kind of like teeth.
Right,
You know, you got the upper plate and the bottom plate.
Right.
And then you got the dinner plate. So hopefully you have the teeth in. But anyway, Homo sapiens.
No. Homo sapiens and erect men. It's like when hold on. It's like when in history class you just say,
Where is this going?
I don't know. It's like when man used to walk around erect. Well, wait a minute. Does that mean he was really excited throughout that time in history? I think that's what I yes. History according to Nick and Roy. When men walked around the earth in the early days of humanity, they walked around erect. They were really excited.
Okay, so Homo sapiens began to paint on cave walls.
Okay.
This is 100,000 years ago, during the Paleolithic era. So they begin to paint on walls. One of the oldest cave paintings, you're not going to believe where this was found because you think old Egypt, blah, 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 right? No, France. France was one of the oldest cave paintings. It was a depiction of people dropping their weapons and putting up a white flag. Just like the French. So that'll knock out most of our French listeners.
Thank you very much. We're now in 89 countries as opposed to 90.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. As we mentioned, we're on the iHeartRadio Talk Network on stations like Newstalk 1010 in Toronto, CFRA in Ottawa, and also CKLW in Windsor. Now, you go to nickandroy.com, and you go to the Nick and Roy store, and you order a birthday message. Now, tell the audience, Roy, about the importance of the birthday messages, why it's a cool gift, and then I'll give you some stats about how, specifically in this study, how Americans celebrate birthdays and who takes and which of those people take birthdays extremely seriously. So this is something interesting. So go ahead, tell the people why they need to order a birthday message from nickandroy.com.
Okay, listen up, folks. This is the truth. I am a terrible person when it comes to giving gifts. Okay, first off, you forget the holiday, you forget the event.
Right.
And then it's the fact of trying to find something for that person. It's terrible. Because you end up buying them something that they throw in the drawer and never wear. So nickandroy.com, you go to the Nick and Roy store right up at the top, you click on it, you'll see birthday messages. There's even a sample message there. This is a mini show that Nick and I do for the person about the birthday, the day, the event, the years, the history that happened, things like that. But we make it fun. It is so great. We have so many testimonials from people. It's amazing. And not only that, not only do the people love it, but the person who gave the gift looks like a superstar and you're not spending a fortune. It's a win-win for everybody. Go to nickandroy.com, type on the Nick and Roy store, go to birthday message, anniversary message. Do it. You're going to be so happy you did, and so will the person you bought it for.
A new survey found that 22% of Americans take their birthday extremely seriously. And 12% of those people they said that they would hold it against someone for not coming out to celebrate with them. So
right.
what a
and
better
5% had a birthday message from nickandroy.com.
Well, I was going to say, so what a great opportunity for those of you, especially all over North America. We have a lot of birthday messages all over the continent of North America. But if you have someone that's special in your life, don't disappoint them because they might be celebrating their birthday.
You know what else people say? Say it with flowers. Well, we say, don't say it with flowers. Let Nick and Roy say it for you.
That's right. And nickandroy.com.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. Totally useless information with Nick and Roy continues. Listen, laugh, and learn.
This is totally useless television information with Nick and Roy, the two guys that put the boob in boob tube.
Yeah, what do you got in TV land in your world?
This is my teaser.
Okay,
There's
cool.
one person who auditioned multiple times for multiple seasons of Saturday Night Live and was never picked.
Ever.
He would go on to host the show multiple times.
Okay.
And he's extremely famous.
Tom Hanks.
Jim Carrey.
Really?
Jim
wow.
Carrey, that he was turned down, flat out turned down, and never even received a second call back. Multiple times. Yet he would go on to host the show multiple times. So
Yeah,
great.
exactly. In fact, he
Just
did.
goes to prove how lame Saturday Night Live
Well, here's the
is.
thing. For several weeks, he was Joe Biden. He played the character of Joe Biden
Yeah.
for several weeks, and some. I mean, there were mixed reactions to his impressions and stuff. But then again, I mean, how many times have we heard about TV shows where not only did they not make it, but how about in roles that some actors or actresses, for that matter, would be offered a role and they turn it down?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the last time we spoke about this was Whitney Houston was supposed to be the Cosby Kid.
Right? I found out recently that Matthew McConaughey was offered the role in Titanic. And
Oh, he
so
was the ship?
no, he was all right, all right, all right. No, he wasn't, because James Cameron, the director, apparently had asked Matthew McConaughey to sort of curb a little bit of the accent, but he couldn't do it, and so he was passed on. And of course, Leonardo DiCaprio got the role, King of the World.
Yeah,
Now,
hated that movie, but go ahead.
it did, but you know what? He had a sinking feeling it was going to win. Anyway, so here's my teaser. Stop at yellow. Now you're thinking, Nick, is that how you drive? You know, do you stop at yellow? No. The creator of The Simpsons chose yellow for the character's skin color, and he did it on purpose because he wanted them to stand out when viewers were channel surfing. So he wanted the bright, unusual color to immediately grab attention and make the show recognizable. So it is, because the same way that all of us go through what they call death scrolling, you scroll on your phone, people used to channel surf and go to one channel to the other, and then when they came across these yellow characters, they stopped and looked at the success in all the years, one of the longest running TV shows of all time.
And that's why Nick walks around with that pale shade of gray.
People,
he stands out amongst all the healthy looking people.
People stop me all the time.
They stop you from like walking in front of them.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Please, sir, please step away.
Step away, please.
All right, I love this one, Nick.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I really love this one. I Love Lucy.
Yes.
Had a big nasty secret.
Uh-oh.
The reason Lucy, Desi, Ethel, and Fred were constantly lighting up cigarettes on the show was because the show was mainly sponsored in the background by Philip Morris.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So Philip Morris gave them money and said, just keep smoking cigarettes. Just keep smoking. So every episode, they're smoking cigarettes. They're in the kitchen smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, exactly.
All of them, including little Ricky.
Well, it's interesting.
He's like, Mom, you got the lighter? No.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. He's the only kid on TV that had emphysema. It's amazing. So listen, this is a great segue, because it wasn't exactly product placement with the cigarettes, but they, like you said, it was like a secret because they were smoking cigarettes because Philip Morris was the sponsor. In Norway, product placement on television is generally prohibited. So product placement, of course, is when you'd have, the
Coke can sitting next to the glass, and the person,
or they're drinking Pepsi, or right, or
Coke,
or whatever.
So good.
Yeah, exactly. The interesting thing is sometimes they don't have permission, or there wasn't product placement, so they change a letter in the cereal, so it wouldn't be Lucky Charms, it would be Lucky Chum or something like they would. Yeah. So anyway, so in Norway, it's illegal or prohibited for programs for product placement. Now, this prohibition is rooted in regulations aimed at maintaining a clear separation between editorial content and commercial interests.
In order to better fit the part,
yes,
Ted Danson went to 2 weeks of bartender school before the Cheers shows were shot.
Okay.
Also, he said to himself, hey, if this gig doesn't go over, I can always be a bartender.
Right. That's true.
He went to 2 weeks of bartender school so that he would look like he knew what he was doing behind the bar. Pretty smart, I guess. Not a big fan of Ted Danson, but hey.
Did he take the bar exam?
Yes. My son did. He's been drunk ever since. Yeah.
Right.
Not my son, Ted Danson.
Yeah, exactly.
He Whoopi Goldberg, didn't he? He had to be drunk.
Friends. We all know Friends. I know you're not a particularly big fan of Friends. You never saw the purpose of that show, but it was a huge hit.
I don't even like Friends in general, but
Well, yeah, okay. Well, after
that
40
includes you, Nick.
let's see, we're coming up on 46 years.
That's crazy.
It is.
That's crazy.
Of alleged friendship. So,
No,
Friends,
honestly, 46 years, Nick. We've been best friends for 46
years.
years.
Yeah.
That's a testament. Some people talk about marriage. I'm friends with you longer than I'm married.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
And we have-
frightening.
Yeah, and thankfully our relationship is platonic. Anyway,
Yeah, thank God.
Well, so although there was that one time. Okay, so
was that one time at band camp?
right. Friends, the really popular show was almost called Insomnia Cafe. The show's creators, David Crane and Marta Kaufman, initially pitched the show with this title. The concept was also slightly different, where Joey and Monica initially conceived as love interests.
Oh, see,
So that-
I think we had talked about the Insomnia Cafe, but now go ahead. Now, what were they?
So they almost had a storyline where Joey and Monica were love interests. Of course, it wound up being Chandler, the late Matthew Perry. Other potential titles for the show was Six of One and Friends Like Us. Before the
I like
final
Friends
title-
Like Us.
Yeah, but Friends was the final title, of course, as we know.
Mhm. This is a cool one.
Yes.
There's only one actor that's been nominated for 3 Grammys,
Yes.
on different shows,
Okay.
playing the same character.
Oh,
Cool, right?
yeah.
Kelsey Grammer,
Oh,
Frasier, Cheers, and Wings. He plays Frasier in all 3 of the shows and was nominated for Grammy
I
on
didn't
each
know
of those shows.
that he was on Wings.
Yeah, I think it was on 2 seasons, I think. I'm pretty sure. So we had, because Nick and I couldn't decide whether this was a true fact because we both didn't know he was on Wings.
Yeah.
We had our fact-checking department. That's how big we are now, folks.
Yeah.
We have a fact-checking department with a 5-year-old. And,
And she says hello.
he was a guest star on Wings as Frasier and was put up for Grammy for those shows. So yes, Frasier, Cheers, and Wings. Kelsey Grammer, the only actor to do so.
What's interesting is that the creators were all the same for all 3 shows. The creators of Cheers were also the creators of Wings and Frasier. And if you notice, the titles for all of those 3 shows created by the same group of people, all one-word titles: Cheers, Frasier, and Wings.
Yeah.
There
Too
you go.
bad they didn't do Friends. Would have been a foursome.
Exactly. Wow. Friends Like Us. This one I call Wigged Out. The huge HBO series Game of Thrones. I think you've watched Game of
I
Thrones.
loved the first one. Was
Yeah.
great.
Okay. They used over 12,000 wigs and hair pieces throughout its 8 seasons. Gee, if I would have known. They were meticulously crafted and used for various characters and undergoing significant development and multiple prototypes depending on the character and the arc of the story, of course. In addition to the sheer number of wigs, the show also utilized a substantial amount of other materials like 4,000 gallons of fake blood, because that was a really bloody show.
Yeah, it was bloody. A lot of fighting scenes.
Yeah, 4,000 gallons of fake blood.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
Nick and Roy for Tom's Place. Hi, where can you beat the heat? With hot deals at Toronto's best destination for designer menswear and unbeatable prices. It's Tom's Place, and he's clearing out their entire summer inventory, and that means massive savings for you.
Like select designer suits that normally retail for $650. Get ready, folks. $350. Or pick 3 for only $950. Beautiful sport jackets are only $259. And get this, designer casual and dress pants reduced down, get ready, $70.
Wow, that's when Roy wears pants. For the perfect look at a wedding, a job interview, or a night out, Tom's Place has you covered from head to toe. Suits, casual wear, shoes, and accessories. Find a perfect addition to your wardrobe and look your absolute best.
Everything is on clearance to make way for fall merchandise. at blowout prices that won't last long.
The very best designer menswear is found at Tom's Place, open daily at 190 Baldwin Street in Kensington Market in Toronto. Tom's Place will suit you.
We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Thank you very much for joining us. Here's another new topic. It's words. So we've come up with useless words and some of the funkier words that we have in the English language, although we think it's English. But then again, it is on this show. So who knows? Sundoku. Sundoku is the word. And it sounds like one of those word puzzles, but it's not.
It's like pickle pickle.
Right, from last week. Book lovers everywhere understand the irresistible urge to buy new books despite having a growing pile of unread ones at home.
Oh, I do that sometimes.
Sundoku described the specific habit of acquiring books and letting them pile up without reading them, creating small mountains of literary potential. Well, these are potential books to read throughout your living space. So it's the act of buying more books even though you don't read any of them.
You know what I do that's freaky? So I'll buy like 3 books, but one will be, let's say, political. Okay. Another will be about, health and food and recipes and things like that.
Yeah.
And another will be about another topic, like, self-help or whatever.
Sure.
And I'll read all 3 books at the same time.
Oh, really? Wow.
Right now I'm reading 3 books. And so I'll switch off and it keeps me super interested in the book. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember I wanted to go on to this next chapter. Whereas I might get bored otherwise. So give it a try, folks. Read 3 books at the same time.
Well, what's interesting though is like when you watch
I juggle while I'm doing that.
Yeah, well, it's just amazing what he juggles. So we talked about TV a little bit earlier, but so there's sometimes in television programs, they have 3 different storylines going on at the same time. So you're sort of recreating that.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Oh yeah. I can multitask, Nick.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Can you walk and chew gum at the same time?
No.
First I need to borrow the piece of
I could read 3 books, Nick. Are you kidding?
Right.
I can't. No.
So
what do you want from me?
So I'm going to try saying this. Oh, no, it's your turn, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's my turn.
All right, go ahead. Sorry, I was so excited about this word I'm going to mispronounce.
Logo Diadalus. Logo Diadalus.
All right. Okay, what about it?
Not Nick.
No.
Logo, he does not suffer from Logo Diadalus. This is for someone who is cunning with words.
Oh.
So someone whose vocabulary is much too copious for our immediate comprehension would be Logo Diadalis.
Right. All right. So I will attempt to butcher this word, and I apologize for anyone who is offended in any language I'm pretending to speak, which is English. Flocci nocini helipification.
Say it one more time.
Flocci nocini helipification. It's the act of estimating something is worthless.
Yeah, well, that's worthless in itself. By the time you get it out, it is worthless.
It means the estimation of something is worthless. It was an 18th century coined phrase that combines 4 Latin prefixes, which means nothing. Just get it down to just one. Nothing.
It means nothing.
Worthless. Yeah. It's like they say, needless to say. If it's needless to say, then don't say it. It's what
exactly.
It's what
Did you
I
say something? I didn't hear you.
No.
Okay, I love this one. Logomnesia. Logomnesia.
Okay.
Logomnesia.
Is that Latin for something?
Logomnesia. It's the act of forgetting a word.
No. Really?
But did you ever do that? You ever talking to somebody? I do it all the time. I'm like, oh, and
right. Yeah.
It's called logomnesia. Now, folks, if you didn't get anything from the show, you got logomnesia.
Yeah, don't forget that fact. That's what you're telling the audience. Okay.
Yes, logomnesia.
So if you're on the radio, you can't rewind this, but if you're listening to us on the podcast platform, you can rewind it 15 or so seconds, and you can listen back to it again.
What you'll hear as you're rewinding is pickle, 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 pickle.
Gigil, I think is the Filipino word I'm trying to pronounce. It describes the overwhelming feeling that something is so cute that you want to squeeze it or pinch its cheeks.
Ooh, Gijil?
Gijil.
Gijil.
It captures the physical reaction to extreme cuteness, just very much like Roy, like when seeing a chubby baby or an adorable puppy.
Mm-hmm.
The feeling is so strong that sometimes it manifests in gentle, aggressive behavior like pinching or squeezing, though never with the intention to harm them.
Okay, I got a good one here for you. Verbigeration. Verbigeration.
Okay.
So let's say it all together. Verbigeration.
Verbigeration.
Verbigeration, Nick. Verbigeration.
Is that the repetitiveness of a word that you forgot?
It's the habit of repeating words or expressions.
What's the word again? Verbigeration.
Verbigeration.
Okay.
The habit of repeating words or expressions.
Right. Okay.
You know, I hate when somebody does that, a verbigeration, and we all do it in some form.
Yeah.
But don't you hate when somebody's like, and the person was walking down the street, you know, and they said to that person, you know, they said that, hi, you know, they said, you know, oh no, it drives me nuts.
Exactly.
You know.
You know what? I do know, you know. Jayus, Jayus. The word describes those moments when you find yourself laughing at a joke that's so terrible it becomes funny. Very much on this show. JS captures the paradoxical nature of humor when something is so unfunny that it circles back to being amusing. The term acknowledges how shared awkwardness over a bad joke can create its own form of entertainment. You're listening to Totally Useless Information.
Well, if you're listening to this category, which is words,
yes,
you may suffer from epiolatry.
Epiolatry, is there a cream for that?
There is no cream for it, Nick.
There's no cure.
Nick has lots of creams.
Right. Yes.
Epiolatry is the worship of words. It was coined by Oliver Wendell Holmes Sr. in 1860 in one of his books, Worshipping Words. So if you're a person who loves to learn and speak new words and big words and all kinds of interesting words, you suffer from epiolatry.
Epiolatry. Okay. Well, we say listen, laugh, and learn here on this show, which is Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. And as we mentioned, we are on the iHeartRadio Talk Network, including CFAX out in Victoria, British Columbia. And anywhere that you can find your podcast, you found us, and we really thank you. And we also encouraged you earlier to go out to our website and click on the Nick and Roy store. You can also go to our website and send us an email.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
Mine's going to be short and sweet. It's a testimonial from a birthday message. But this person that I'm going to highlight here also runs a dog shelter service.
Oh, now nice.
And so I'm going to talk to her at some point, and then maybe in the next episode we'll know a little bit more about that, because that's something really special that she does. But this is Kathy, who ordered a birthday message. It was her brother's 80th birthday, and they had arranged a gathering. It wasn't a surprise party or anything, because I think when you're 80, I don't think you have surprise parties.
No, you wouldn't want to shock them too much.
No. So he knew all about it. There was a gathering of family and friends. And according to Kathy and everyone else, the birthday message from Nick and Roy was a very big hit with everyone, especially my brother. Thank you so much, Kathy writes. But thank you very much, Kathy, for ordering the birthday message. And that's what we do. And we're finding that more and more of the birthday messages that we do, they're playing them for groups of people. It's not just for them individually, for them to hear it. So they'll have
They
these
play them at
gatherings.
the party, and it makes it so cool because
It's a lot of fun.
We're
So,
famous. We're
Thank
famous,
you.
Nick.
We are.
Yeah.
Kat.
Okay, here we go. Mailbag.
Yes.
The name just caught me. Fatima from, and I always thought it was São Paulo, Brazil. It's not.
It's
It's
Sao Paulo?
SAO,
Yeah.
Sao Paulo,
Right.
Brazil. So I learned something, Fatima. Thank you.
Yes. Great
Did
name.
we ever think that we'd be all over the world like this? You know?
No, 90 countries, as we mentioned.
Yeah. So we love your show. This is Fatima speaking. We love your show. Well, actually, she probably had an accent, but
Nice.
even my husband has been taken by your show. We'll give him back soon.
Right.
Even my husband has been taken by your show, and that's a big deal. He doesn't listen to anything, including me. I love that. Thanks for all that you guys do. Thanks from all of us in Brazil. Hey, Fatima. Very
Beautiful.
nice.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Now,
Yeah.
Fatima is a so she was from where? Where was she?
Brazil.
From Brazil.
But isn't that like a Fatima? Isn't that like a
Yeah.
Greek name or something?
No, actually, Fatima is I think could be Portuguese. I think there's like a
Oh, she probably has Portuguese background.
probably, right? Maybe,
Yeah.
right? You know, in
Don't they
Brazil.
speak Portuguese in Brazil?
Our Lady, I think that's one of the languages. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Our Lady of Fatima. There are many of the churches named after that, but there's a Fatima, Portugal, as well. So
Yeah,
thank you.
there you go.
Thank you,
So there you
Fatima.
go. Fatima.
One other station that I neglected to acknowledge on the iHeartRadio Talk Network is CJAD in Montreal. So thank you very much for listening. Today on the show, we talked about TV, we talked about words, we talked about history. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
An Argentinian man who had his bare butt captured by Google Street View camera. It was published to Google Maps. So,
Oh no.
okay. So, even though, so here's the thing. He was awarded a modest sum of money by an Argentine court for having his privacy violated and his dignity damaged. The man, a police officer, was naked in his yard when a Google
Oh,
Street
wait
View
a minute.
car-
He's a police officer and
That's
he's
right.
naked.
And he's naked in his
yard.
backyard. Now,
Oh,
one
he's
thing-
got a fence, probably.
Yeah, he was offended. So anyway, the Google Street car came by. Even though it was behind a 6.5-foot tall fence, the camera still caught him, quite literally with his pants down.
Oh no.
Now, Google usually blurs out when, you know, the faces and whatnot that appear on camera, but his butt apparently did not make it through the sensors, and the man and his buttocks plastered are on the internet. It was easily identifiable along his street name and home address. I don't know if they knew the address because of the neighborhood, or they were able to identify the address based on his butt. I'm not sure.
Well, I was gonna say, was it like 110 Derriere Street?
Yes. There's only back roads there. Anyway,
I guess it was a dead end.
it was. It was. So the man claimed that he was humiliated by the situation, subjected to ridicule.
Does he live
from-
anywhere near Asheville? For all you Germans out there,
He knows
throw a
what it
little-
is.
Throw a little Osh joke in there.
Absolutely. So he was subjected to ridicule from his coworkers and neighbors, all because Google's cameras could peep over his wall that kept his nudity private.
Well,
from
good thing he
prying
was
eyes.
facing backwards and not forwards. He would have really been ridiculed, probably. I mean, but what's he walking around naked for? I understand
But-
it's his backyard and he's got
Yeah.
a 6-foot fence, but
6.5-foot fence.
6.5 foot. Well, you don't give up those 6 inches easily.
No,
Nick,
you
know?
don't.
Yeah, no.
No, we're not sure what his stature was, but Google,
Mm-hmm.
according to their report, argued that the wall was not high enough.
Oh no, 6.5, no good. Got to be
So-
an 8-foot fence.
So is that what it is? Okay, so it's
I
technically
don't know,
true.
Nick.
And
It
it's,
sounded real. It sounded like I knew what I was talking about.
Let's do that again, shall we? Hold on. It was a 6.5-foot fence, and Google says it wasn't high enough. And what is the normal height of fences, Roy?
8 foot, Nick. It's
8
an
foot.
8-foot fence. That's
Okay.
the law.
So even though it's technically true in the sense that it literally did not prevent him from being photographed, the one
But then
could
again,
read-
Nick, if you're a 6-foot person and you're walking by and you're slightly elevated on the, let's say, the sidewalk, you're going to be able to see this naked man in his back. I think that's what he wanted. He wanted to be seen.
No, he's in his private backyard. But then again, when you build a 6.5-foot fence, I don't think you have, a car-mounted 360-degree camera in mind, right?
That's crazy. Did you ever use like Google Maps
Yes.
and you could put in like special attractions? You
Yes.
you just put in like police officer's butt, takes you right to his address.
Exactly.
Restaurants, police officer's butt.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. The man's first attempt to get compensation was rejected by the court, because he had no claim to damages and no one to blame but himself for
Exactly. That's
for-
what I'm saying.
For quote, here's the quote: walking around in inappropriate conditions in the garden of his home.
This will go down in the annals of history, Nick.
It will. So, but an appeals court saw his way, recognizing that his privacy was violated by the photo.
Oh, well, I mean, honestly, the photo is an invasion of his privacy.
It
but
is.
I agree that it was pretty much brought about by his own reckless actions.
No.
That sounded really professional.
No, disagree.
You're out of order, Nick.
This involves an image of a person who's not captured in a public space, but within the confines of their home.
Nick, it's his house, Nick. They know where he lives now.
Okay, but behind a taller fence that an average-sized person, the court says, that is blatant. The invasion of privacy was
And you
blatant.
knew it was the cop because he had his belt and his handcuffs on.
Right. Oh, exactly.
You never go out without him, Nick. I'll tell
No,
you.
and he had his gun holstered
Behind
Anyway,
him.
The court-
him.
The court pointed out that Google has a practice of blurring faces and license plates and phones, but it
Well, that was
clearly-
maybe he was hoping that they'd blow him up, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Google.
So it seems to be a little weird that it was not blurred.
Yeah.
No one wants to appear exposed to the world as the day that they were born. According to the judge, for his troubles, the man was awarded and paid
A pair of pants.
from Tom's Place. No.
Yeah,
he was-
Tom's Place. He should go to Tom's Place.
He should. Well, he's
He'll
in
get
Argentina.
Nice clothes.
He's in Argentina.
He should still go to Tom's
He
Place.
should.
It's worth. Let me tell you, he could get a plane ride and still come back and be cheaper buying at Tom's Place than he could at some place else.
Well, maybe he has enough money to do so because the man was awarded $12.5 thousand in damages from Google.
Oh, well, that's not that much. I thought you were going to say 12.5 million. I was
No,
gonna be
no,
like,
12 and a half
Yeah,
thousand.
what a payday! What a payday!
Exactly. So anyway, the moral of
And
the
a thing of sunscreen for his behind. The man's out naked, Nick.
he is but
Where was this? Argentina?
Argentina. It doesn't say.
Oh, who cares? I mean, it's Argentina. They walk around the beach naked.
That's the thing. But but that's public. This is a private household.
It's even worse, Nick. They're walking around the beach naked in a public place.
Yeah, but Google's
Did
not
you ever
going
go
to.
like I've gone to Aruba? They'll go into a store with their breasts exposed.
Oh, really? I'm sorry. Where
Yeah.
was this? Where was this?
I got tickets right now.
Here's a ticket. Here's a ticket out of here. That's all the time we have for this special edition. Well, no, it's a
Nick and
special-
I need to leave the show and get a breast of something in Aruba.
Exactly. Yeah, back to the boob and boob tubes. That's all the time we have for this episode of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We
There's
will.
new meaning to the cafe that has coffee, light, and sweet.
Every week after week, we scour the internet to find out more totally useless information just for you.
Yes, and till then, we need you folks to keep doing what you're doing, like Fatima in Brazil and others, telling everybody to listen to the show, growing every single week. Thank you, folks. We love doing this for you, and we hope that we are impacting your lives, because I'll tell you, all joking aside, Nick and I have so much to talk about because of this show, right? When you're talking to people, isn't it
Oh, yeah.
wild? It's so wild. You listen to this show, it makes you a more interesting person when you're speaking to people. So listen in, and thanks again.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is recorded and produced in Canada. For more totally useless information, visit nickandroy.com. That's nickandroy.com. Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy has been brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion. Located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com.